Hello, today I'm going to talk some more about the gameplay modifications trigger action and how it can be useful. So first I'm going to place a trigger and then go to gameplay modifications and then you get this trigger action. So what does it say? Set variable a string value to string value of gameplay modifications field from match starting screen. So what does this mean? You'll get yourself a variable name and it will store a string value, so text value, from the gameplay modifications fields in the match starting screen. Where do I find this gameplay modifications fields? So when you go to the multiplayer list, you can start a new match, and you have this bar. You can type in really anything. Doesn't do anything by default, but we can use it with the trigger action I mentioned before. So I'm gonna grab myself the trigger action, get myself a timer and connect it to the trigger. I'm gonna set it to 0 here, but it doesn't really matter. So first you'll need a variable name. I'm gonna call it modification in this case, but it really doesn't matter as long as you keep using the same names in the later trigger actions. So for this example, I'm gonna send a message in text in chat with the value that's stored in modification. So you can just type in the variable name and it will put the value inside of it in the chat. So I can type anything here, test 123 for example, and I'm gonna start a match. What you can see here is that it sent the message in chat with the value I entered earlier. So how can you use this? For my next example, I'm gonna change the sky. So for this, you can use the skip trigger action. In the first field, you fill in the variable name, and then in the second field, the text you wanted to hold. So for example, sky1, and then I'm gonna change the sky to something random like this. So what does this trigger action do? When the value inside of modification does not equal sky1, so we'll just skip over 3 and continue with 4 and so on. If it does contain sky, it will run this trigger action too. Why this is so powerful is that you can use multiple skip actions in the same trigger. So I'm gonna use another one, and for this one I'm gonna use the text sky2. Um, so whenever I type nothing here, it should be the default sky, so the default purple sky, as you can see here. If I type in sky1, so sky1, then it should become the icy sky. And when I type sky2, it should be the thunderclouds. So I'm gonna actually test it here. So the value is sky1, so it should become the ice sky. As you can see, it worked. If I restart the match and fill in nothing, it should be the purple sky. And as you can see, it worked too. So how is this trigger action so powerful? You can use it to whoever makes the match. You can let them decide what feature your map has. So it can be a really unique experience every time someone new starts the match. Another example is for I'm gonna delete this first. So I'm gonna enter the value pistol here. So whenever I type pistol here, it is gonna change the guns in my map with pistols. So this is gonna be the default one. Um, and then there is a trigger action to override existing guns with other models. So I will name this a pistol, and I'm gonna actually test it out now. So I filled in nothing, so it stayed an assault rifle. And when I restart much and fill in pistol here, it should change all the guns to pistols. Or, oh yes, the gun that I selected in this case. And it is a pistol. So this is not really limited to only one value. You can use multiple values, but then you're gonna need this trigger action, which detects if there is a certain string value in your variable.